Warning. The following program contains strong language and subject matter which may be offensive to some viewers and/or inappropriate for children. The content within this program is intended for mature audiences only.
Well, hello there, everyone, and welcome to Inside the Drag Closet, the interactive podcast where we talk about all things drag and some things that aren't. Who knows? We're really just here to have a good time. It's me, ta-da! We have an amazing show planned for you this evening. I am so excited to get into tonight. Our very special guest tonight is EVITA Peroxide, which might be one of the cleverest drag names I've heard in a while. I get such a kick out of that. Of course, I will be joined this evening by my beautiful co-host, Amethyst Diamond. But before we get too far into things, let's talk about me with a little who, what, and where. Who am I? My name is Jade DeVere. I am based right around Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. I've stopped saying Central Pennsylvania because I know Alanya gets very upset about that, and we want to keep Alanya on our good side. What am I wearing? Well, I wanted to give a tribute to Nadia Vantipaxos from What We Do in the Shadows, which, if you have not watched What We Do in the Shadows, it is definitely wonderful. It is such a good show on FX. Nadia is a vampire based in Staten Island, New York. So I'm really just putting stuff together. The dress is Fashion Nova. The corset I got from Amazon. My jewelry is Rocks by Cox. The fangs I got years ago, they are the best and they don't make them anymore. My makeup tonight is all Morphe. I think there's a little kimchi in here as well. The hat I got for Christmas. I don't know when. There's a lot going on. And where can you find me? Well, you can find me every other week right here on Inside the Drag Closet on Facebook and YouTube. You can find me on November. Nope, wrong one. Come on, DeVere, get it together. You can find me at Divas Down Under at the Harrisburg Comedy Zone on November 3rd. We are doing our Once Upon a Dream Disney drag show. Divas Down Under has never done a Disney show, and it is our time. With our special guests, Michelle Lee Sterling, Amethyst Diamond, myself, Poison, Pola Frost, Trixie DeFlair, and Alizela Diamond. That is going to be a spectacular night. I'm very excited about it. I finally got my looks in line for it. I'm still working on putting some mixes together for it. I want to mix and match some stuff, so it'll be a lot of fun. I want to give a huge shout out to our Patreons, Jake, Jess, Lori, Orion, Corey, Brian, Jeremy, Estee, Josh, Chanel, Daniel, Robin, Vicky, and Emily. Thank you all for continuing to support the show. We couldn't do it without you. Full disclosure, I was going to film some content this week. I wanted to film a little bit of my journey. I did have surgery a week ago. I did have a sinus polyp that was impeding my ability to breathe. So that polyp has been removed. I do have another procedure in November to remove the rest of the polyps that are going on, which means I will be out of commission for most of November. So we would be back. We have in 2 weeks on November 1st, we will have a show. November 15th, sadly, we will not have a show that night. Amethyst and I are both not available that night. So we're just going to skip one and then we're going to come back after that. But if you want to be a part of Inside the Drag Closet, if you would like to be a guest on the show, make sure you send me an email at insidethedragcloset@gmail.com. I would love to chat with you. We are currently booked up until March. All I did was post a TikTok and we got incredible drag performers all the way through March. But enough about me going on. I see a lot of people chiming in, but I don't want to sit here by myself all night. I need to bring in my beautiful sister. You know her and love her. So welcome to Inside the Drag Closet, the incredible Amethyst Diamond.
Hi, everybody. Welcome. Happy Wednesday. How
Happy
you doing,
Wednesday,
sis?
sis. I'm
Happy
good.
Wednesday to you. I
I
love this
am
look on you.
so excited you finally got to go to the Ren Fair this weekend.
I did. First time ever. Russell and I went to the Ren Fair, what was that, Saturday, October 14th. First time ever there. It was super crowded. It was very rainy. Otherwise, it was a great experience. I didn't even find you, sister. I couldn't even see where you were.
Uh, a- and the problem was everybody had their umbrellas up. And like when you're in the
Yes.
front row of a show with your umbrella up, nobody
It
behind you can
was.
see. So
No, it was a little hard to get through the crowd, but other than that, we went to all the shops. We did the wine tasting. It was super cute. So we had fun, and we will definitely be back for sure.
indeed. Well, girl,
Yeah.
why don't you give them a little who, what, where about you?
Who, what, where? Hello, friends, family, loved ones. How you doing? Welcome. Happy Wednesday. My name is Amethyst Diamond. I've been a drag entertainer for over 2 decades now. This weekend, I am getting ready to compete for Miss Gay Pennsylvania, America. By way of Miss Gay Gettysburg, America, I am the first and reigning Miss Gay Gettysburg, America, as well as for another 5 weeks, I am still Miss Gay Maryland, America as well. So a lot of big things happening within the next 4 weeks. I'm trying not to pull my hair out. Good thing I have a lot of wigs. But I am contestant number 6 out of 12, vying for the title of the 30th Miss Gay Pennsylvania, America. So if you haven't gotten your tickets yet, be sure to go on my Facebook page or on my Instagram and look up the tickets. Seating is very limited. It's at Nocturnal downtown Harrisburg this Saturday and Sunday, the 21st and 22nd. What am I wearing? So the jewelry that I'm wearing tonight is the official MGA set for the America Girls, made by Lucinda Holliday, as well as the crown. This wig was sold to me by Latoya Perry. My makeup is, I've been trying some new things. So let me find it. Hold on. My drag room is a mess. During pageant week, it looks like a tornado went through here, I swear to God. But I'm using a new product, well, new to me. This is Queen Bee Beauty. It's Quene B Beauty. Black trans woman owned business. Beautiful colors, very vibrant. I went very dark tonight, but I used this entire first row. It's wonderful. Look her up. She is online. What else am I wearing tonight? This little gold frock is from Fashion Nova. So keeping it really simple because spending a lot of time and effort on this coming weekend's events. I hope to see you all there. I cannot wait to showcase what I have been planning this entire year for. Callie Couture is going to have an amazing step down. She has had an amazing reign. She's a wonderful administrator, and it's going to be a good night surrounded by very good people. All the formers will be there, and honest to God, I started competing for Miss Gay Pennsylvania 20 years ago. Like, so it's the pressure, Jade, the pressure.
I know.
Where can you find me? Probably under a bridge after this weekend. Like, no, but you can find me on Facebook under Amethyst Diamond, and you can find me on Instagram under Amethyst_Diamond1, and you can find me here bi-weekly Wednesdays 8:30. Just hanging out, looking good.
You
You
know,
know what
boobs.
I do, but boobs. Boobs.
I love that my whole breastplate moved together when I did that.
Absolute, as it should, as
Exactly.
it should. Mama's all tanned and feeling delicious. Mm. I
I'm
cannot
pale
wait.
as a ghost,
Well, it's fitting for your look there, girl.
right?
It's funny. I watched Renfield last night, so it's funny that you're Belle Dracula. That's great.
It's funny. I was chatting with our guest a little while ago, and I was like, I
Yeah,
have a new look that I'm debuting at Divas Down Under this month. And I was going to do
same.
that, but I had to get into it by myself. And I realized, nope, can't get into it by myself. So we're going to do Nadia.
Don't you hate when you can't dress yourself, girl?
Oh, yeah.
It's terrible.
Well, are you
It
ready to
is
chat with our
terrible.
guest?
Well, why not, honey? Why not? I think I've had enough coffee, so I think we're all right.
When in doubt, have some more. Treat yourself. You've
Honey,
earned
I've
it.
been drinking coffee like more than I've been breathing air this week.
That I couldn't even imagine. Like, it's going to be such an amazing night.
It is. It's going to go by like that.
Yeah.
It's going to go by in a blink of an eye. There's 12 of us, 12 contestants. So that's why it's 2 nights. The first night is preliminary night. Everybody does gown and talent. And then Sunday, at the very start of the pageant, they announce the top 5.
Oh, they're doing 5. That's wild.
They're doing a top 5. Yeah. So here we go. I'm hoping to get back to Miss Gay America in January. So we'll see what happens here.
I got faith in you.
I'm so excited for presentation. Presentation for the contestants is Disney Villain Couture. So we were asked to choose a Disney villain of our liking and design a costume, a fashion-forward costume based off of that character. And honey, the things you're going to see, tune in. There'll be plenty of lives. Keep up on my Facebook page. Those who know me can find me. Don't bother me. I'll be busy. bother Jay. She'll know where to find me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you leave her alone those 2 nights. She's going to be busy. I've seen the outfit, and you're not ready.
And I will be debuting it at Divas Down Under as well. So.
Oh, nice.
Absolutely. I got to milk that cow for all it's worth, honey.
Hell yeah.
All
right, everybody. It is time for us to welcome our special guest for the evening. I am super excited to pick her brain a little bit. We found out we both have chatted with her or met her before, but it's going to be nice to actually have a sit-down conversation with her. So let's welcome to Inside the Drag Closet the incredible Evita Peroxide.
Well.
Hello, gorgeous people.
Oh, stop. How are you tonight?
I am amazing.
You look remarkable.
I am simply fantastic.
And look, it's a brand.
Yep.
It is. It really is, isn't it?
A brand.
Well, girl, why don't you give us a little where about you?
Absolutely. Well, hi, everyone. My name is Evita Peroxide. If I were Evita Perone, my head would be served on a silver platter right about now. So that's why I'm a peroxide. I am a drag performer and language educator here in the DMV area. DMV stands for DC, Maryland, Virginia. And what am I wearing? Oh my gosh. Okay. Glasses, Amazon. Ears are by Paul Lyler or Blackwell Bling. Hair is by yours truly. Yes, she does pageant hair as well. Reach out to her. Thank you. And this gorgeous robe is actually what I paint in. So she just said, you know what? She's going to keep herself spiffed up. And then this lovely little brooch here, which stands for Miss Northern Virginia 2023, was made by Callie Black. And that's my outfit. And where can you find me? I think I already said it. DMV, DC, Maryland, Virginia. I'm all over. I'm everywhere. I'm on the East Coast.
Down at the local DMV, the driver's license center, the PennDOT, all that stuff.
Exactly.
at the shop right down the street, that's fine. So yes, we have all met before. We just forgot.
We did.
We were all in different forms, I think. So yes, because the last time we saw each other was at, as you said earlier, behind stage, Miss Lancaster Pride.
Yes, I was a dresser.
You were dressing the beautiful icy hottie. Well, what do you want to do now?
Yes.
What are some current things you're working on right now, Evita? Like, as far as drag, your personal life, what are some things you're currently involved in?
Hold on, I lost you all. There we go.
You're there.
I like that. Okay. Oh, there we are. I'm here. Testicular difficulties, everyone.
Fixed them.
What was the question?
I was just asking what you're currently involved in, like what you got going on in your life, your personal life, your regular life, your drag career. What's going on? What's that?
Oh, wonderful. So I am actually happen to have stepped into a new role as the official show director at the Carlisle Room in DC. I host a queer variety brunch show there, which features vocalists, drag entertainers, jazz artists, all sorts of people of queer entertainment. It's wonderful. We just did our first show October 15th, and we're back October 29th. You can get tickets at evitaperoxide.com.
Nice.
And
Congratulations
then I'm
on
pretty
that.
much all over the East Coast. Thank you. Thank you.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I know a couple queens that'll be willing to come down to DC.
Jade and I were talking about that in the but I'm biting my tongue.
That was literally the start of our conversation. It was,
Oh, really?
hey, nice to finally meet you. If you ever need a girl who travels, that's us.
Yeah. I love to get out of town. I
Oh,
definitely love getting out of town.
So, Evita, what made you, I know we chatted a little bit before the show, what made you go into linguistics? That's kind of a fascinating career choice. Her Wi-Fi is kicking her butt right now.
It's kicking her ass. Brought to you by Sparkling Ice Caffeine.
I saw your lips moving, but I didn't hear anything.
Oh, no. I was asking, what made you decide to go into linguistics?
She does the blinking.
Oh, absolutely. So linguistics has always been a passion of mine. Oh,
Got her,
there we
Jade.
go. Almost blinded myself there. So there we go.
You're fine, honey.
Are we frozen?
No
Can we
worries.
hear me?
We can hear you.
Okay, gorgeous. Gorgeous. I think it's okay. Jade is the one that keeps freezing then. Unless you're actually doing that on purpose. Don't do that to me.
What?
No.
So I've been in linguistics for over 4 years. I've taught in the private school setting. I've never actually taught in a public school because I am actually not licensed to do so yet. She said she's working on it.
Yet.
I've taught in multiple yet. It's important. I've taught in multiple private schools as my counterpart, my boy form. I actually taught preschool my first year, which was where I got started in education and early childhood education, matter of the fact. And after teaching my first year of preschool, I said, I really don't like being in preschool. I only have 2 words to summarize my experience. Pee-pee, caca. That's it.
That's it?
And I was like, okay, preschool's not my jam. That's it.
No.
Pee-pee, caca. Done.
Pee-pee and caca. Way too much of that in the world. You know what I mean?
So I taught preschool my first year, and then I ended up switching schools and taught my second and third year in world languages because a position had opened.
Nice.
And throughout my third year of teaching, I worked towards my board station in world language and biliteracy education. And that's when ultimately I ended up combining both my passions and started doing story time with Madam E. And that program has protesters here and there, but nothing holding me back, nothing making me cancel events or, nothing super serious. I like to tell people, even if there's always going to be haters out there, they're just jealous. They're just jealous that you're gorgeous,
Have you had a lot of kickback from that? Like,
not too recently. I did a story time not too long ago in Vienna, and there were a few protesters The protesters tried to protest in the center part of the church that I was doing the story time at, and they were actually asked to be moved to the sidewalk where it's public property because the church is private property. And we were able to do a successful event because it was indoors. We didn't really hear too much going on. They tried their very best. But I do really have to give Drag Story Hour DMV a shout out here because they really came to the rescue in providing support, resources, and the Rainbow Defense Coalition came out with their parasols, rainbow parasols, to help defend the children and block them from hateful messages, because ultimately the message I'm trying to tell people is to be authentic, be yourself, be who you are, be who you want to be, and love. That's
all it's about.
All that's my post.
I love the rainbow parasols. I love seeing them at Pride. What is that group called? What do they call? You said earlier.
Silent Witnesses.
Silent Witness. We call them Silent Witnesses up here, but I always love to see them.
I know down in Indiana they call them the Parasol Patrol. So each state has its own little group, and it's amazing what they do. I know that in DC, and at least here in DC, Maryland, Virginia, we have the Rainbow Defense Coalition, and it's wonderful. They do so much for us, not only protecting our identities and really helping us stay safe, but also blocking the hateful messages that ultimately end up presenting themselves at drag story hours across the nation.
Absolutely.
One of the biggest misconceptions, I was thinking about this earlier with, drag story times and all of these people who are just like, why they're trying to get into the schools. It's never we're trying to get into your school. It's always someone reaching out to us to bring us in. Because this is a business, this is work. And the way the narrative keeps getting flipped, I'm like, no. I have never asked to go into a school, but I have had a school reach out to me to go in. So I did an event a couple years ago where I went to a high school because they wanted to talk to a person in the queer community. And they were like, you could either show up out of drag or in drag. I was like, well, I'm going to go in drag because, they need to see me be unafraid. And some of the teachers and administrators were like, I'm sorry, this is not appropriate. I was like, what's not appropriate? I am covered from head to toe. I'm not talking about sex. I'm not, I'm talking about doing drag. They pushed me to this room at the back of their library, and the kids were all devastated. And what killed me the most were all the kids who had stories of bullying from teachers, not from other kids, from teachers. I'm like, that hurts.
That's a shame.
We do have a question here. If anybody has any questions for Evita or any of us, feel free to type them into the chat. Eve Brown, the incredible Eve Brown, wants to know, as someone in the field of linguistics, have you ever studied the liquid tick elements of ASL? Ursula Bellugi did some really in-depth work on it.
I have not, but I do actually want to add that most of the story times that I do are ASL accessible because I believe in accessibility for all. And the hard of hearing community is part of our community, ultimately creating those spaces. And not only do I do this at story times, I also do this at my shows, at my brunches, anywhere I go, because you never know who is hard of hearing. And you never know who may speak a different language, which is also why whenever I'm on a mic, you're probably going to hear me speak Spanglish. I try and incorporate a little bit of everything, especially when I host a show. That way, people are getting to know me, getting to know a few new words and learning a few things here and there. And one of my co-hosts at Bingo in Falls Church, the running joke is when I start speaking in Spanglish, it's when I've had too much to drink. But it's not true. I don't drink at all. I actually don't drink at all.
That's a rare thing to hear from a drag artist.
Yeah. It's because I come from a very long line of alcoholics.
That'll
No,
do
just
it.
kidding. I don't.
I
But
want
alcoholism is
to.
very real, and it's a situation. We take.
Very true. Want to
Yes.
give a shout out to someone watching, James Tyson Channer, ASL interpreter and provides services. JT Channer Interpreting LLC.
Okay, Kimberly Danita. Come on with it, baby.
Yes, Kim Danita.
That's Kim Danita.
She's the current reigning Kim Danita is the current reigning Miss Equality Nova 2023-2024. It's a pleasure to have you
Yes,
online.
Hey, girl.
We got a couple
How
more
you doing?
questions here.
Come on,
Jess would like
question.
to know, what are some of your favorite books you have read at a story time?
Oh, I love this question. Some of my favorite books. I have to say, one of my all-time favorites. Let me see if I have it up here. She has a whole book, a whole bag of books, and don't mind me. I am in half drag right now. There we
We all
go.
are, sweetheart.
Exactly.
We all are.
Now
I'm going to
let's
grab
see here.
some of my favorites too.
Go ahead, take your time. I'll be here. Hi, Kaz. How y'all doing? Let me
Now
see
I
some
don't know
hearts.
if I can
Show me some
show the book
hearts.
personally because of copyright, but this is one that I read at all of my story times, and it is "Don't Touch My Hair" by Sherry Miller.
Same. Nice.
Don't touch my hair.
The running joke at my story times when I read this book is, well, you can't touch my hair, but if you would like to pet it, feel free to do so. So I'll have the children take a little palm and they'll touch some of the teasing and they're like, oh, it's so soft. I'm like, thank you. I made it out of a raccoon's nest.
Absolutely. I love it.
I just grabbed some of my favorites. One done by one of my drag children is called The Dancing Hippo. Super cute, fun, interactive book where you get to get.
Oh my gosh, I love that one.
Dancing Hippo. No, my drag son's partner wrote it, but they go to places and act it out. It's a lot of fun. But one, Evita, I think you would enjoy, and I feel like you've heard of it, but I want to throw it out there. P is for Pterodactyl, the worst alphabet book
oh my gosh.
ever.
Yes.
Have you read it?
That is the worst. It's the worst book to use to teach children the alphabet, especially when it comes to phonemic awareness.
Oh yeah.
No. That's rude.
Oh, completely.
I'm sorry, but like, it's true.
That's
Let me find it. Where is it? O is the one that gets me.
Onomatopoeia?
No. O is for Ouija. The French leopard says, we'd love to play Ouija with the wee witch from Oaxaca. Oh yeah, it'll hurt your brain.
One of my other all-time favorites, and it's, I mean, of course, you have to make story time fun and funny sometimes. So one of my other fun favorite books that I read is the book without any pictures, or the book with no pictures in it. And it's literally just a children's picture book, but there aren't any pictures in it, and they're all like, they make you say random, funny, silly words that get the kids screaming at it, like just bursting out of laughter. So it's one of my all-time favorites as well.
Oh, that's fun. One of my new favorite books is Tipping is a Must by Trixie Valentine. Just thought I'd throw that out there. She's going in. And I love this. Small Black-owned business that understands the importance of accessibility for our community. We are proud to be network with many access providers. Girl, I just sent you a friend request. Like, I want to chat. Another question, and a similar question, but from Matthew Sosnowski, from Roxy Fontaine. What is one story you suggest to read at a story time, especially at a Pride event? That's a good one.
Oh, I love this question. So one of my favorite books to read, especially during Pride Month, is Love Makes a Family by Sophie Beer. The book is all about explaining what families may look like, because sometimes they're different. Sometimes you might have two dads. Sometimes you might have two moms. Sometimes you might have an aunt or an uncle. Maybe you have a big brother or a big sister or little sister. And sometimes you might have foster families, and it just really goes into a detail as to really what families look like around the world. And I just love the book so much.
You could have an Uncle Frank and an Aunt Jack.
God, I love that.
Exactly.
Amethyst, do you have any fun Pride-related stories? Have you done story time?
I've never done a story time. I've been invited to do many, but the dates never lined up. I would be elated to do so. Yeah, there's been several people who have reached out and it just did not line up with the schedule I currently have. So yeah, I would love to.
That's fair.
Yeah.
I got inspired and I grabbed a handful of mine. I love reading Red.
Yes.
It's a crayon story.
Oh.
Red is one of those books. I read it for the first time and I teared up. And it's all about, because Red's wrapper says red.
Red is blue.
Yep. No, red identifies as red. Red was always told red was red. But that's what's inside. Yeah.
Blue.
I also just
one of my other.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
My shadow is pink. Just got that recently too. I haven't done a story time in a long time, but my shadow is pink is a cute one.
Isn't there one that's like my uncle is a drag queen or something like that?
No, it's a kid. It's a little boy who just likes wearing a skirt and dancing and having fun. So his dad throws on a skirt himself and says, "That's fine. There's nothing wrong with you."
That's very sweet.
Yeah.
One of my other favorite, well, it's really books, plural, because it's an entire set of 8. It's called A Little Spot of Emotion. And I also like to do SEL, which is social and emotional learning or social and emotional awareness at story times. So we talk about how we're feeling, and I ask that. I like to check in on the children throughout the story time. How are we feeling? How are we doing? And then that's where I'll say muy bien or muy mal, and that's very good or very bad. And so this entire set actually has different books talking about anxiety, anger, confidence, love, happiness, sadness, all sorts of emotions. And it's really great when it comes to doing SEL workshops as well. I know that a lot of the guidance counselors at the schools I work at have these on hand in almost every classroom. And it's just a joy to own a set as well.
It's nice. I like that because it's important to familiarize and normalize kids talking about how they feel. Because a lot of times people are like, "Oh, you don't talk about your feelings," and stuff like that. So it's nice to normalize that sort of thing.
Absolutely. And I think ultimately one of the stigmas that really presents itself with story times is the people who are forming or formulating these opinions about story time really have never been to one. So they have nothing to stand on.
Right. Exactly. It's about embracing and educating people, and we continue doing what we're doing because we're doing a good thing in the face
Exactly.
of adversity. It's just a matter of educating people. People fear
Exactly.
what they don't understand. You know what I mean? So it's an automatic red flag for them. And it's just like, just come in, sit over there, see what goes on. And I assure you, you won't be allowed to leave with the opinion you walked in with. Like, you know what I mean? Like, give it a shot. So
Absolutely.
It's that fear of the unknown which has transformed into the hatred of the unknown, and all of that hatred has been fanned by politicians, and just it's all about the narrative that they're trying to push, and it's not working.
it's
I
not working.
there was a great quote recently, and I forget who said it, but people who burn books have never been on the right side of history. Let that sink in. Eve Brown sent you a friend request, Evita. They are an incredible person, an incredible performer. I have their book here somewhere. They did a children's book as well, and it is adorable. Where? I know I have my copy of it here somewhere, but I don't know where it ended up. But yeah, they sign during their performances. They use a wheelchair during their performances, and just sweetest human being ever. Eve, if you get a big ego because I said all of that, just stop it right now. But yeah, they are a wonderful human being. Keep these questions coming, everyone. These are great.
I love them.
Yep. I want to play a quick game.
Ooh.
Just because I got to do glitter on my tips last week with Trixie Valentine and Alanya, and we talked a lot about Trixie's book, which is 100 Tips to a Drag Show. So, Evita, pick a number from 1 to 100.
69.
69. Tip number 69. This is for show directors.
Oh, okay.
Oh, and this is a good one. Practice pronouncing stage names. Drag names can be challenging to understand. We may not get the punchline. Practicing how to pronounce names can prevent messing up and let a performer know you value them. Any thoughts?
Absolutely. So in my call sheets with my entertainers, I always double check with them. I always ask them, is this how you pronounce your name? And if it isn't, I add the lettering of the pronunciation next to it. That way I get it on the first try. And if I don't, I always apologize.
Nice.
Yeah.
Amethyst, have you ever had your name mispronounced?
No, never. I've heard takes a fist rhinestone. I've heard many things. Poor Glenda, God rest her soul, she couldn't say amethyst to save her life. I think that's when I initially started saying, just call me Amy. Because not everybody, like in Maryland, all my friends in Maryland, they're like, why are they calling you Amy? I'm like, it's the first three letters of amethyst. It's AME. So yeah. I've always had a nickname of some sort. And my poor kids, my poor children, oh, they've been called everything but their own names. So.
Right. Speaking of which, there's a Leslie.
There's a Leslie. Yep, a
Yep.
Lizzie. There's a Leslie. There's a Leslie. She's downstairs not being a Leslie. She is downstairs starting mommy's costumes for this weekend. I'm so
Nice.
very grateful. She's been with me all week, so it's been a blessing having her here. Big old Lizzie.
I still get Jade Devereaux, Jade DeVore. And I'm like, it's exactly the way it's spelled. Devere.
It's Jade.
Right, Jade. The first time my name was ever on a poster, whoever did the poster didn't check. It auto-corrected my last name. So I did that show as Jade Severe. And I was like, no, it needs to be shade severe. That's when I'm in a bad mood and you need to just go away.
Shade severe. I love it.
Shade severe.
I love it.
I've had a few people mispronounce my name. I mean, it's not that complicated because it's after the lovely musical Evita. But I've had people write AVD or AVEDA, Evita, and I'm like, okay. Or they'll just say Vita, and then it's like I become Vita Peroxide. I'm like, okay, that's a whole different name.
Like Vita Bohem.
Yeah, like Vita. Yeah,
Vita
exactly,
Bohem.
Vita Bohem.
Yeah.
I guess I can understand the AVEDA one because Aveda is a hair care line, but it's Aveda. Like the pun is that hurts my soul.
Right? How about it?
I know.
People keep the questions coming. There is like networking going on in the chat right now.
I love this. What's happening? What's everybody doing?
We are getting people hooked up with the people they need to be hooked up with. This is great, and not in a sex way. That's a first.
Right. We're not that kind of app. So
exactly, we're a different kind of app.
No, but you can buy our merch, can't they, Jade?
That is true. We have
Isn't that
plenty of
nice?
merch.
If you want to have our faces on things in your home other than your TV screen, you can go to www.jadevere.com/merch and buy a t-shirt.
Yeah. We still have the Drag is Not a Crime hoodie.
God, I love that.
Right. I got to see the incredible Katie Bourbon walking around in her Drag is Not a Crime hoodie.
Nice.
You know, I actually had someone reach out to me recently. They do cartoon work. So I might chat with them about doing a new logo.
We need new caricatures.
We do.
For Toontown.
Exactly. We need new matching outfits too. Well, we already have tons of matching outfits because thank you, Fashion Nova.
Thank you.
So, Evita, what is one thing in your drag closet you cannot live without?
Oh, that's a tough one. Yeesh.
That is a tough one.
Oh gosh. Catch me looking around my drag closet. Ironically,
what would I miss?
It's directly in what was my original closet for my bedroom, so it's ironic. And I have a little sign over the top that says "There's no place like home."
That's cute.
And actually, you know what I'm gonna have to say? The sign "There's no place like home." It's been a part of my just me for a long time. It was gifted to me about 6 years ago from a very dear friend of mine, and it holds a lot of sentimental value. So wherever I go, she goes.
Nice.
I like that. How about you, Amy?
One thing in my drag closet that I can't live without. Oh gosh. I don't know. Probably all of the little things that I've been given over the years from people who have come to shows or have seen me somewhere. They'll go out of their way to bring me something from, like, they'll go on vacation and they'll see something they think I like. And 6 months later, they finally get to one of my shows, like, hey, I bought this while I was here. And I think all the little things that mean so much more than any material thing that I have in this room. Because it means something. It was given to me with love. So yeah, I have so many people buy me little amethyst geodes all the time, and I love it. So people make me bracelets and jewelry and all the little things. They're all over my vanity. They're hanging all over the walls. So they're in every corner of everything that I could possibly put them in. Windowsills, up on shelves. Like it's cute. And yeah, probably that. That's weird, but yeah.
I have.
Hi, Nina. Oh, my friend Nina's watching. Hi, Mama. I love
Oh,
you.
that's awesome. I have an old jewelry hanger that looks like a woman's dress, but instead of jewelry, I have roses that have been given to me at different Ren fairs. Like,
Okay.
I have like rainbow silk roses, I have leather roses, I have yarn roses, I have metal rose. Like, I think that's the thing. God, I need to dust that. As I'm looking
God,
at it, I'm like, oh, that thing looks rough, but yeah, I think that's the thing.
yeah.
We got a question here. Evita, let me hold those earrings.
Right.
Nice
Yeah, they're
try.
cute.
They are cute.
And who did you say those are from? Blackwell Bling.
Blackwell Bling.
They are. Can we get a close up of the ring? Like,
Here's the ring.
oh,
That's fun.
And then these are the earrings.
What'd you say was from Callie Black?
This gorgeous little thing here.
I love her.
She has
I
such
love Callie
amazing
Black.
hair. They both do.
She does. Yes. What the hell? I don't know what that means.
I'm going through. Now, Evita, you said you are doing brunch at Freddy's now, right?
No. So I actually am part of an organization. It's
Okay.
known as the Imperial Court of Washington, D.C. I am a lady in their court system at the moment, but I do
Lovely.
host, for the most part, with my lovely co-host Genocide of Brassix, a little review show with the Imperial Court where performers donate their time and tips to the organization for the
Nice.
cause for each reign. The previous reign, Reign 11, covered the Fallen Heroes Fund, and pretty soon we will be determining Reign 12's fundraising cause.
That's amazing.
That reminds me of an organization I started in DC as the Washington Academy of Arts. I think it was called. I don't know if they're still active at all. This was late 90s.
You mean the Academy of Washington, D.C., Inc.?
Sure, that one. Sure.
So unfortunately, the Academy of Washington no longer exists, but you can ask any veteran entertainer here in the DC metro area about it, and they will tell you all about it. I know a few members who are still around. Tula, Andre Hopfer, Blair Michaels, Miss Gay America. Or was she Miss
I met these people. Missed America, I think. I think she was within the Academy.
Gotcha. I think she was Miss DC or Miss Gay, or it was like GAYE, Miss Gay.
Yes, then yes, you're absolutely right. Yeah, gotcha. I met those people in 1999.
Oof.
Well preserved.
Tula Wide Body Box.
That's Regina, right. You do know. You probably do know Tula, don't you, Hutch? Hanging out in DC. Regina Josette and Ashley Adams. Absolutely. Mm-hmm. Yeah, Lala Maharis, all them back in the day. Yep, that's where I get Diamond from. Georgette Cornea. Who's the, I don't know that one.
Hi, Georgette.
Oh.
She's one of our Imperial Court members.
Nice. Thanks for watching, honey.
We've had members of Imperial Courts on before, and that's something we don't really have in Pennsylvania.
We don't.
I love the idea of an Imperial Court. The first time I was exposed to that, I was in New Jersey at an award ceremony. The Beacon Light organization was doing all of these awards for performers in New Jersey, Pennsylvania, and New York. And I was nominated for Best Drag Comedian in Pennsylvania. And I won 2 years in a row, which Still waiting for the second award to show up.
Still waiting for that check.
Still waiting for that check. But yeah, that was the first time I had met people in an imperial court. And I was like, this is fascinating. We need an imperial court, and we need something we desperately need in this area: Sisters of Perpetual Indulgence.
Yes.
I have information.
Yeah.
I have a business card. Yeah. Someone I met at 12 Days of Christmas fundraiser last November. Yeah.
That has been one demographic I have been reaching out to have on the show, and it's just never worked out.
I'll work on that.
Yeah. For anyone who doesn't know who the Sisters of Perpetual Indulgence are, they are drag nuns, and they do loads of work, like tons of fundraising, tons of advocacy. Sister Roma is the world's most photographed nun, and they're just dynamic, and they're not all gay men. Just like the drag community, they're not all gay men. They are just people who are drag nuns.
I want to be a drag nun.
Right? Got a comment here. Hello, ladies. Amethyst Diamond. I was at my first show Sunday at Sherman's Creek Inn and absolutely loved it. You were amazing.
Yes, thank you. That's what I was just reading it on my phone in the chat. Thank you so much for coming. It was a good time. That was our 4th or 5th show that we've done at Sherman's Creek. We do twice a year. Usually we do spring and again for Halloween. So thank you so much for coming. I'm glad you enjoyed yourself. Make sure you tell all your friends and family and come to the next one. Should be sometime probably mid-April. Thank you, baby.
So, Evita, back on the topic of drag story times, as we're getting, my brain functions very weird right now. I'm just throwing that out there. What is one thing you want people to know most about drag story times that they seem to not be comprehending?
It's not what you think it is. I mean, we as storytellers do undergo background checks in order to ensure the safety of children nationwide. And this goes for the Drag Story Hour National Organization as well. We get emails quarterly to do a quarterly background check. So it's not like we're not unauthorized to be there. Some of us have backgrounds in education, such as myself and other performers in the area, and some don't. But that's the great thing about Storytime is they don't know that. We're there to spread positivity, happiness, kindness, and love. That's all we're doing. And I think that's truly what's being misconceived, and really just not being understood. In terms of my story times, I would have to say people think I'm a biological woman sometimes.
Same.
I can pass, and people have asked me, "Are you a woman?" I was like,
Yes.
"I'll answer that question later, but no." Looks like a woman, feels like a man.
Strong enough for a man because she is one.
Exactly.
Oopsie boopsies.
You know, it's one of the things that's been on my mind a lot lately in regards to story times and whatnot is I love the British panto dames, the pantomime dames. I look up to that so much. I wish we had more of an equivalent here in the United States, because with pantomime dames, it's typically there's no pretense of trying to look like an actual woman. In the United States, there's still that you kind of have to have pretty privilege in the world, or you have to be so over the top, you know. Who do you look up to as like just an artist? Doesn't even have to be a drag artist.
I would have to say, I actually have a few inspirations. One of them actually is Evita Perone, because ultimately that's who's helped me develop who I am and my personality. but also Glenn Close and lots of housewives from the 60s, because I'm very 60s-esque. I'll always have these cute little glasses on with big hair and these little housewife dresses or cocktail dresses. And I just try and make my environments feel welcoming because I'm very hospitable.
Right.
I love that. Vicky has a great question here. What have been some of your favorite moments or mysteries with your, or memories? Oh my gosh, my brain, with your story times.
Absolutely. This is actually a gorgeous question. I had a former student of mine very recently come to one of my story times, and I was not aware. And then when I saw their face, I didn't know how to react. I was very shocked. And of course, the student has two moms, and it was just a wonder, and such a joy to see them. I was holding back a few tears because I was like, I was not expecting to see you all here. And they're like, well, we know who you are and we want to support you. And I was like, thank you. So that was one of my memorable moments that I've had doing story time. Favorite memories per se, I haven't been doing story time too long, so I don't have too many memories. But I will say, working with a local bookshop in Arlington, their name is One More Page Books. I had found out that they were going to be closing their doors. And I felt really bad because I had been going to that bookshop for years and I loved it. It's such a gorgeous, tiny little bookshop that offers wines and chocolates and books and does all sorts of things. So when their GoFundMe went out, I reached out and told them I'd like to do a story time free of charge. Because of course we have to pay our bills. And I'd actually like to raise funds for you all at this story time in order to keep your doors open. And we had a gorgeous sold out event. We had about 40 people there in this tiny, tiny little room. And it was amazing. It was truly amazing. We had so many parents. And this was in the evening, in the middle of the week during the summer when I was on my summer hours, when I don't get paid. That's when the bookings really do come rolling in. As a teacher, my hours are interesting.
I bet.
I like to tell people that during the school year, Evita comes out to play at night or on the weekends. And then when I'm out for the summer, because I don't teach over the summer, she comes out all the time.
Nice.
Yes, God.
I'm looking back at like the few story times I've done, and one of them was at a lovely venue down here called the Midtown Scholar, and it was a crazy day. But one of my fondest memories, so for anyone who doesn't know, I used to be a costume character for the Hershey Company, and we can't physically hold kids. I don't like holding kids anyway. But with the costumes we had, we cannot safely hold a child. And my sense of humor took over at one point. A woman was like, can you take a picture with my child? And just kind of like pushes her kid at me. And literally my reaction was, sorry, I'm vegan. And I realized what came out.
Sorry, I'm vegan.
Sorry, will you take my child? No, I'm vegan.
What were you dressed as?
I was dressed as a 1960s housewife, but
Oh, okay.
I couldn't.
I thought you were a peanut butter cup or something.
No, this was at a story time. Like,
okay. Whew.
I will say, weirdest experience of my life is when they were like, hey, we need you to be the Easter Bunny. And, you know, after all this training of don't hold kids, don't have, all of a sudden people are just like placing their kid on you. And you're like,
Right.
I'm okay. Guess I'm gonna put my arm around this kid because they're gonna fall. Like, there's a lot of trust in there. Same thing with Santas. It's very odd.
Yeah.
I did learn
And
the
people are
technique.
weird about drag queens.
Right. We're gonna hand our kid to just this random stranger. So yeah, I don't. But drag queens are scary. I mean, I will say there is a little bit of that clown element in drag because we are covered behind makeup. but so is Santa.
Who's wearing makeup?
Just a lash, like just some eyeliner and some gloss.
What?
I haven't seen my orthodontist in years.
Did you eat him?
No, thanks. I'm vegan. Full circle, everybody.
So is my lip gloss.
One of our most recent guests, Bellacentric to Flair, has a question for Evita. Do you have a favorite author or go-to story?
Yes, I do. As I said, I normally use this book at almost every story time. I'm going to pull it right back out. That's what he said.
Oh.
I had to.
Oh.
It is Don't Touch My Hair by Sherry Miller. And this is like one of the very last books I read at my story times. And around that time, they start trying to pet my hair as if it were some sort of chinchilla. And I say, sure, why not?
Why not?
Why not?
I'm gonna throw an answer in there too. One of my favorite authors, and I'm biased because I used to work with his mother, is Jonathan Stutzman, and he does a book series, and my favorite one is Llama Destroys the World.
Oh my gosh.
I am Llama.
And that's the whole story. Like, Llama destroys the world.
What?
Yep.
All right.
I am Llama.
Oh my God.
Yep. It's beautiful. It's so fun. Amethyst, how you doing over there?
I'm having a lovely time. How about yourself?
I am good. These fangs are starting to hurt and my nose is starting to run.
Oh, honey. Oh, I mean, I'm glad that you're on the mend and it will get better.
Yeah, it's just it's that post-surgery annoying right now, and it kind of
Sure.
sucks. But
Sure.
if this is how bad it is after the small procedure, like the one in November, I'm worried about, because they're up here.
Yeah.
He has
So
to
you
go
have a
up
part
here.
2 to this?
Yeah,
Oh my gosh.
the first one, like the procedure itself, everybody, this is why this is the Halloween episode. It's going to get graphic. So
Okay.
I go in, I sit in the chair, and he breathes this, stuff into my nose that numbs my nose a little bit. And then the next procedure was strips that had to go into my nose and stay in there that were covered in the numbing agent. The strips were so long, I felt them touching my uvula. And I just had to sit there and deal with it. And then those came out, and then the needle went in. And the best part about that, I could feel the needle, but it literally felt like what I'm doing right now. It felt like nothing. Half an hour of numbing my face. The procedure itself, 7 minutes. But it was the most hateful 7 minutes of my life, as he goes in and used a debriding agent, which basically tore it out. Yeah. As it was coming out, I could feel it in my teeth. Yeah. And then it came out, and he was like, that went well. He showed it to me. It looked like nothing. And then, like, put more of the strips in just to keep me numb for a little bit. He said, you have saline solution for your nose. You have bacitracin if it gets bad. You're good to go.
Good luck.
Hopped in my car, stopped to get gas. As I'm pumping gas, I caught my reflection. I'm like, oh, I look like I'm a crime scene. Just
Oh no.
Came home, relaxed, and I felt fine. The next day, I was in pain, but I could breathe. Friday, I felt I could take on the world. All weekend, I felt fine. Monday, my nose was runny. I blew my nose once. I popped it back open.
Oh, my nerves.
Yep. So, yeah, we're being very careful.
You better.
Even right now, I'm like, I want to blow my nose. It is like having the worst
Don't do
hay
it.
fever of my life.
This,
Because it's
honey.
itchy. Poison actually texted me earlier to check in, and she's
Mhm.
like, that itchy means it's healing. And I'm like, thanks, I want to heal faster.
The burn means it's working.
Yeah. Fun comment for you, Amethyst. Very proud of you. I'll be there representing Miss EQN 2023.
Awesome. Thank you, sweetheart. It'll be good to see you. Well, I may not see you, but I will know that you're there and your love is in the air. So they're going to keep things running right through. Like I said, it's 12 of us, and Bella, the newly crowned Miss K Harrisburg, is also a competitor. So it's a lot of friends in this competition, which is always a good thing because while we all have the same goal in mind, we're not competing against each other. I like to think that we compete with each other. You know what I mean? We all want the same thing. So it's just a matter of who brings their A game. And, I appreciate
Those,
you coming. Thank you very much.
those have always been the best pageants to go to when everybody's there to succeed. Everybody wants to win.
Sure.
But when you're there
Sure.
to compete with each other instead of against each other, that's a big distinction.
It is. And it's unnecessary. You know what I mean? Like there's enough time for everybody. Everybody can have their moment. So it's just a matter of when, really.
Exactly. Evita, is pageantry your thing at all?
It is.
We might
So
have talked
the
about that
current title
before.
I hold as Emeritus Miss Northern Virginia 2023 was actually bestowed upon me by the Northern Virginia Pride nonprofit organization here in Northern Virginia. I happen to be
Nice.
their vice president of operations, and I'm proud to be serving on their board. And very, very soon, November 10th, at Freddy's Beach Bar, 8 p.m., I will be competing for the title of Miss ASCRA 2023. ASCRA stands for the Atlantic States Gay Rodeo Association.
Oh yeah. Good for you.
Thank you.
That's at Freddy's in Rehoboth?
No, Freddy's in Arlington. Freddy's in
Oh,
Arlington.
in Arlington. Gotcha. Okay. Nice.
We were talking earlier about our connection to the incredible Destiny B. Childs earlier, who I have never met in person, but she has booked me for a gig, and then that gig didn't happen. So, like, we've chatted, but we've never actually worked together. I think she booked me for a brunch. Like,
Yeah.
she had me booked at the brunch, and then the brunch
Yeah.
canceled.
Yes.
Like, they canceled it for the rest of the summer.
Yeah. Before it even got started.
Yep. And now Diamond does it.
Yes. Diamond does it, and Magnolia Applebottom does it as well. Rebecca
Oh, cool.
Blackout does sometimes also.
I didn't know Max did it too.
Occasionally, she fills in. Yeah.
Gotcha.
I miss it. I need to get back down there. It's been a minute.
Eve Brown. Crystal K. Brown would love to see the Sisters of Perpetual Indulgence or anyone perform a conga line to Crucify Me, Crucified by Army of Lovers or Jesus Christ Superstar as a flash mob.
That would be something.
Evita, are you a fan of Army of Lovers? Oh my God, same. They are.
I don't know anything about it.
I've performed their King Midas before. So fun. It's a very quiet night in the chat tonight. People have started watching the show after the fact.
People are just staring at my boobs.
It's really just the boobs tonight. Well, do we want to talk about Derek's helpful drag tip?
Ooh.
I was telling Evita about these.
Oh, were you? I hope I don't feel personally attacked like last time.
Oh.
No, I don't think you will. Maybe a little.
Maybe just a tad.
So Derek's helpful drag tip is hygiene, hygiene, hygiene. Wear deodorant, wash your tights, Febreze your outfits, wear cologne or perfume, brush your teeth. Performers are often within inches of audience members, often leaning or reaching over to grab tips. Nothing breaks an illusion faster than unpleasant odors, and it doesn't do you any favors in a crowded dressing room. It's not punk rock. It's gross.
It's not punk rock. Okay, so yeah, I'm not offended by that because I am very adamant about perfume and deodorant. So and bathing, that's fun. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
yeah, no, that ain't me you're talking about. Oh man.
Evita, any thoughts on that?
Oh, absolutely. I have 2 signature scents sitting here with me. One of them is by Mix Bar, Blackberry Tonic. And then I mix it in with a little old lady perfume, Finery Sunforia Body Mist.
Nice.
My God, that is a concoction, girl.
It is.
That is something else.
Whenever you're in a dressing room and you're like, what smells like cotton candy? It's me. It is
It's her.
always me.
These days, someone's going to take a bite out of her.
Candy.
I like to tell people I smell like my grandmother or your grandmother's house. I was like, long time ago, back in the 90s, there was a perfume. It was called Pétalos. Very, very, very common with the Latinas. And we all use it. And I have it here with me.
That's amazing. Oh,
that's mothballs.
I love this. I am quick to give a girl a breath mint. No shade. Valid.
I carry them too. And as I eat one first, I offer them to everybody else, whether I wanted one or not. So, you want one? No, it's not a question, sweet pea. Take it. It's fine. It's no good. You're great. No, you're beautiful. Your breast stinks, but you're pretty.
That explains so much.
Doesn't it?
I always have I did Dickinson College this year, and they just had a pile of Altoids. I was like, these are all going with me at the end of the show.
Oh, nice. Sorry, Alize is showing me my costume.
Alize, work harder, work faster.
She's downstairs slaving in front of a sewing machine while I'm up here playing dress up. So.
Oh, that's amazing.
Oh, yes. Amethyst, we did sit next to each other at Glamour Girl. We did, baby. We did. This close from each other. That was, my God. We should have just dressed each other. We could have got rid of our dresses for the night, the way that was. Hell. My God. It was like that this year, too, girl, so no worries.
Oh, and here comes my husband with questions that are going to rock the boat.
Yay.
Always.
Here it is.
Ooh, that's long.
All right. Tuning in a bit late. Evita, I'm curious, as an educator and bookworm, I'm sure you're aware of the controversy regarding a certain author of magical books for youth. I know how many people who had a love of reading ignited by these books. My question is, do you think it is possible to separate art from the artist, especially if that art could be what makes youth want to read? Oh.
I'll be right here listening to that.
Let me take a second to process that question because that was very long.
Yep. Do you need me to pop that back up there again?
Yes, thank you. That way I can read over it and
Absolutely.
use my glasses. Oh, gosh. I like to say I'm a 60-year-old stuck in a meows-year-old body.
A what? A meow?
A meow.
A meow. Meow.
Okay.
I don't know what's happening right now.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. You can.
Yeah.
I think it depends.
It depends. Yeah, it depends. It depends.
I keep thinking of a performer, like not related to that book series, but a performer I was very excited about because she wasn't what you saw all the time. Okay, why am I being Gina Carano? I was so excited to see her because she was not your typical super skinny girl, she was built, she had muscles, and she was stunning. She still is stunning. But then she said some transphobic stuff, and I'm like, nope, sorry. And she lost her gig with Lucasfilm because of it. Well, with Disney,
wow.
because, you know, you can't spread hateful stuff and still work for Disney. That's just not how that works.
Exactly. Speaking of
So, yeah.
Speaking of Disney, there's someone who I swear she's gonna get. She's been on Disney. What am I saying? Well, two ladies have soon to be on Disney. One soon to be on Disney, and one has been on Disney. They're both Rue gals. I was very fortunate to have met one of them in DC at Crazy Aunt Helen's not too long ago. Her name's Kasha Davis.
We love her.
She's
Sure
a
do.
gem. She's a gem. Love her. Look up to her. And I had a little full circle moment the night that she performed at Crazy Aunt Helen's. She brought me up onto stage, told me, "You look like the younger version of me."
I was going to say.
Made my night.
Mm-hmm.
I walked out of that building smiling. And then the other one, Nina West. Yes, Nina West has been on Disney.
Yep.
Yes.
She's also doing wonders.
She's amazing.
Spreading the message of love. Love, love, love.
Yes.
Janice would have said.
Nothing but joy and love. Absolutely.
Same thing with Mrs. Kasha Davis. She's been on this show before. She is just such a genuinely nice person. She's actually performing right here downtown on November 4th. Her one-woman show. Derek and I have tickets to go see it. We're so excited. I texted her. I was like, "Do you want to grab food?" And she was like, "Possibly." I met her doing Dickens in college, and we all did the gig. And afterwards, she was like, "Do you girls want to go hang out? Do you want to grab food?" And we're all like, "We just did a show. We're so tired." I got in my car and I was like, "Oh my God, it's 8 o'clock. Grandma, get it together."
Come on, Grandma.
Like my body was thinking, okay, the sun went down. That means it's a late night show, which means automatically I'm tired. And I'm like, oh no. So met up with her again, and then we exchanged numbers, and sweetest person ever. She gave us some advice for this show, actually, which was quite lovely.
Yeah, she said, "Quit now."
Yep. She's like, "Why are you still doing this to yourself?"
Quit.
Yep.
Quit now.
Ooh, questions are coming in. Amber would like to know, when you run for these titles, do you receive any cash prizes?
Maybe.
So it paid for all these. Yes.
Maybe.
Yes, there usually is a cash prize. Yeah.
Depends on who's running the pageant and where.
Well. Well.
I happen to be a pageant director myself. I am the owner of the Northern Virginia Drag Pageant, which will be occurring September of 2024 here in Arlington, Virginia. So excited. It's going to be our first year in operation. We had some wonderful, wonderful contestants. And, well, it's amazing.
Any pageant I've ever run for and won, the prize package was far shadowed by how much I put into it. And that's the reality of a lot of drag. Like, you're going to put more. Well, I'm at a nice equilibrium. Like, I spend what I make.
Yeah, it's an investment. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Definitely an investment.
Ooh. What? Ooh. That wasn't the one I wanted.
Oh.
Are there any initiatives or alternatives that have been successful in promoting literacy and inclusivity in the Black community regarding Drag Queen Story Hour?
Absolutely. Absolutely. There has been. I myself like to feature authors of color, at least one or two in my story times, because it's very important that we have equal representation wherever we are. Along with my shows that I do, I always make sure to book at least two people of color, depending on availability, of course. But there's always a diverse cast of entertainment at my shows as well. And in terms of, promoting literacy and inclusivity in the Black community, I have heard of some other drag performers And notice how I use the word performers or entertainers rather than drag queens, because we also have drag kings and non-binary entertainers. Also, it's a whole spectrum. So that's also ultimately why Drag Queen Story Hour, DQSH, ended up rebranding to Drag Story Hour, which is wonderful. I'm glad they did. And we've had a variety of entertainers and a variety of people just come and join the organization and do some wonderful work with children. I myself have also done art workshops. I know of other entertainers in the area. Not off the top of my head, I can't name them, but I know that there have been a few other entertainers in DC and in the areas of around Maryland who have done workshops and story hours for Mogo Pride and so forth. So many opportunities there. It's limitless. And I know that the DMV Drag Story Hour chapter originally was based in Maryland and only served the Maryland community. And eventually they opened up to DC and Virginia. And it's been a wonderful working with them.
Awesome.
Nice.
Check the comments. Derek is still talking about promoters. Just because they say there's a cash prize doesn't mean you'll actually get it. Beware and make sure to vet promoters before you attach yourself to shady souls. That is so true.
Yes.
I am still owed money for a pageant. I didn't compete, but I judged a pageant that I'm still owed money for that I will never see.
Same. And it's
actually,
funny how sometimes those people resurface. It's like, you know, they go away for a little bit and all of a sudden, oh, here comes so-and-so. It's like, where you been, sis?
Yeah, with pictures on Facebook that don't look like you.
Are you? Well, honey, they all can be beautiful.
I want to talk about that for a minute because all of this AI nonsense.
Speak about it, sis.
Like, if you're going to post pictures of yourself, make sure it looks like you.
Yeah.
Like,
anyway, don't make it look like you're related to a husky.
Maybe I am. You don't know.
I don't know.
No, I mean, like, I don't mind when a friend of yours paints you, but my biggest thing, and I've said it for years, when you Facetune your nose off, that's a problem. Because so many people have used Facetune so much that there's nothing here.
Yep.
I'm like,
nothing,
girl.
just a blur, just a sliver of a nostril. That's what I told my doctor. I just want to, just a little shivel. That's what I'd be like when I sneeze. You know what I mean?
Like a tweak here and there, not the end of the world. But when it's cranked up so much, it's funny. I was doing TikToks last week and I was like, oh, there's a new beauty filter. Let's take a look. I loved how I look, but I don't look like that.
You don't even have to put makeup on.
Yeah. What's the point?
Sure. What is the point?
But there's so much with this AI right now. Now, I will say I am getting a kick out of one of the AI filters right now because it's putting people in like
90s.
high school yearbook photos.
Yeah.
What I love about that is I'm watching a lot of trans people doing it with who they are now, but like if they were that person in high school. And I'm like,
yeah,
that's a great use of AI.
Sure. Yeah, definitely.
Absolutely.
Sorry, I got a little heated about that for a second because
that's okay. What did that branch off of? What was the main topic of that?
I don't know.
I forget. No, I forget. Darn it.
Oh, attaching yourself to shady promoters.
Yes.
My brain went down like thinking about, okay, this person ran a pageant. At the end of the pageant, ducked without paying anybody. Like, I'm not going to name names, but the national title holder of that pageant system was there and couldn't get a flight home because the promoter ducked with all the money.
Yeah, that's see, if you want to be a promoter, you need to get in it for the right reasons. There's a lot of promoters out there that just want the recognition. And if you are a promoter, it is not about you at all. It is about the system you're representing and the contestants you're representing. If you cannot afford to be a promoter, don't Don't do it. If you do not have the financial backing or the means or the resources in which to provide the best experience for the people who are spending their time and money and energy competing for the thing that you're promoting, don't do it. You know what I mean? It's so heartbreaking to see girls give 112% to not be supported by the people who are supposed to be there for them. You know what I mean? Like, if you can't afford to be a promoter, please don't, because you're wasting everybody's time. Everybody's time. Like, your goal and your objective is to focus on the people who are trying to better themselves and go on to bigger and better things. You know what I mean? Like, it's not cheap to be, or it's not cheap to be a promoter. You know, there's many things that you have to consider, all the prize packages and the accessories, the flowers, the crowns, the jewelries, the hotel stays, the transportations. If you cannot give your contestants the best experience, don't do it.
Yep.
Don't do it.
Being a promoter is not something you do to put the spotlight on you.
No. Not
And
at all.
a lot of people get into it for that.
Right. But the funny thing is, if you do it correctly, the spotlight will be on you.
Yep.
Is that what I said?
So we have about 5 minutes left. What do we
Don't
want
get
to
me
talk
excited.
about?
Got me excited.
Right. Evita, what's one thing you want everybody at home to know?
Love, love, love. Love yourself. Love yourself.
That part.
And the rest is history.
Oh, I
That
love
part. That's all there is, honey. That's all there is. It's that simple. Just be a good person.
And there's one more thing.
Mm-hmm.
And I like to say this to everyone. Amor, you are fantastic. And normally I have a little flan.
Oh, did you take my brain?
Did you say flan? I love flan.
I love flan. Are you kidding me? Now I need some. Make
I
myself
got these
hungry.
titties.
I normally
Eat
have
all
a
that
little
flan.
fan that I clack that says fantastic on it, but I don't know where I put it. I'm going to have to look through all this mess and organize the drag room.
The only fan I have is my Lady Viola one.
Oh, someone says favorite Halloween candy.
Oh, Vicky said that.
God, all of it. Favorite Halloween candy? Controversial. I like candy corn. So there's that. I don't like circus peanuts, though. It's a texture thing, I think.
I would have to say toffee. I love toffee.
Love me a Heath bar. We need to
Yes.
stop. It's pageant week. I can't eat none of this till Monday. I guarantee you one thing. I will be eating everything in sight and my feelings on Monday. I promise you. You will see me at every buffet in an 80-mile radius in Pennsylvania. I don't care. On Monday, we eat. Okay? Shoot.
Ooh,
Baby.
Halloween. I was that weird kid who loved getting raisins. I love raisins.
Say it loud. Say it proud.
Come at me.
I love raisins. Eat me. I love it.
I do love. I'm not gonna lie. Like you mentioned, circus peanuts. I do like circus peanuts.
Do you? It's weird because they're banana flavored.
Yeah.
So it doesn't make any sense. They're banana flavored. Why is it an orange peanut?
I was racking my brain. The most delicious treat from my childhood. My grandfather used to take me to the Smithsonian. And anytime we were at the Air and Space Museum, I had to get dehydrated ice cream.
Oh, yeah.
I loved the strawberry in the dehydrated ice cream. That would always be the last one.
Yes.
Chocolate would go first, then vanilla, then strawberry.
Napoleon, baby.
Yep. Years ago, my mother, my mother was a hairstylist, and her clients would bring her treats and shenanigans from all over the world. And someone brought in these strawberry candies, but they had like this like chalky texture. They were everything.
They were everything. I love it.
Everything.
I love those strawberry candies that are in like the strawberry wrapper.
Yep.
Yes.
So
Absolutely.
good. And
Nobody
cowtails.
has-
I love cowtails.
No one
Cowtails.
has ever bought those candy. They just show up in grandma's candy dish.
They
I
do.
have thousands of them.
Oh, yeah.
I have thousands of them. Keep them in a big jar.
Well, we have time for one more question, and this is
Sure.
from the incredible Daniel Jackson, who wants to
Daniel.
know, what is your favorite movie featuring drag?
Oh, this one's quite obvious. It is Tu Wong Fu. Tu Wong Fu.
Would you like some flam?
I can't talk today.
My
Welcome
tiny
to
nipples went to
linguistics.
This
Right.
is what happens when you teach for a solid 10 plus hours and get home and get in drag.
PP and caca. That's all. PP and caca.
PP and caca.
PP and caca.
Oh, this is where we're at.
This is my life.
So, Tu Wong Fu.
Tu Wong Fu.
Yep. Thanks for everything, Evita Peroxide. Yeah, that's always my reference point is Tu Wong Fu. I mean, that came out in 94, I think. So I was in my teens, and that was very influential for me. So yeah, it's always been Tu Wong Fu. Always.
Yep.
Always, always, always.
I saw Priscilla before I saw Tu Wong Fu, but like,
and vice versa for me.
yeah. When I realized, ooh, drag is something I think I want to do, it was Rent.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
Angel Dumas Chouinard.
Okay.
Although, if you want to see a really good drag movie now, find Cherry Pop.
Cherry Pop, huh?
It's a bunch of the Rue girls and some non-Rue girls, and it's all backstage at a gig. And like,
Nice.
you'll feel seen, you'll feel represented, you'll be like, oh, I know every single one of those girls.
Yeah. That's the best part of a show is backstage.
Yep.
It really is. Yeah.
Derek's favorite drag movie is Mulan.
Yeah.
Accurate.
Move on. Definitely Birdcage.
The Birdcage.
Absolutely Birdcage.
Oh,
Daniel Paris is burning. Paris is burning.
Oh,
Yes,
yeah.
another good one.
Queen, the old documentary.
Queen, yeah. It was a New York pageant or something like that.
The New York pageants.
Yeah.
Rewatching it now, it's very much the emphasis is on the Caucasian queens, but the moments with Crystal LaBeija are just amazing.
Yeah.
Or was it pageant?
Pageant.
Pageant.
Pageant,
The
Miss America documentary.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah.
For the America system.
Derek, does this dress make me look fat? Ow!
It's not the dress.
Words to live by.
Right.
Well, we have reached the end of our time together. Evita, I want to give you a moment to talk to the kids, let them know what you've got going on, and leave them with some parting words of wisdom.
Absolutely. It has been a joy. It's been my pride, joy, and pleasure to be here on Inside the Drag Closet. If you want to find out where I am, what I do, even if it's saying hi at a story time, because by the way, all my story times are free. I donate my time because that's how I give back to my community. You can just look up www.evita. And if you don't know how to spell peroxide, just look in your medicine cabinet because you probably have it. It has been my pride, joy, and pleasure. And words of wisdom, you're fantastic. And keep being fantastic.
Indeed.
I love that.
Indeed.
Amethyst, anything to add?
Absolutely. Evita, thank you so much for being here with us today. Thank you for all that you do for our community. Thank you for paying it forward. Thank you for donating your time and your talent and for going out there and fighting the good fight amongst all the hatred in the world. So you're doing a good thing. Keep it up. Don't let anybody tell you otherwise. We'd love to have you back on the show sometime. So please stay in touch. Sister Jade, here we are, 135 or 136. Girl, still at it. You look sure. Yep. That. My brain's fried this week. It is pageant week. So this weekend you can catch me and my 11 sisters competing to be the 30th Miss Gay Pennsylvania America 2023. So if you haven't gotten your tickets yet, go on my Facebook page. All the links are there. Seating is limited, so make sure you act fast. Wish me luck. Send me lots of love. I love all of you. Thank you for watching the show. Thank you for your love and support. And we will see you in 2 weeks.
Yep.
I love you.
Evita, it was such a joy getting to know you tonight. This has been absolutely wonderful. We painted together before the show, and just
good.
getting to know more and more about you and what makes you tick is just, that's why we do this show. And I'm so grateful that you could be here with us tonight. We're definitely going to have you back.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Amethyst, kick some ass this weekend. I am so proud of you. Have some fun.
Thank you.
You've got a fun dressing room. I want to be in that dressing room because that is a party.
Cool. Yeah. Yeah, it's going to be a good time. There's going to be a lot of love and camaraderie, so it'll be good.
And you're all going to support each other, which is what pageantry should be.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Everybody out there, thank you so much for sticking by us and having a great time tonight. In 2 weeks, we will be back on November 1st with our incredible guest, who I'm very excited to meet. Karma Chaos will be joining us. They are crazy. I'm so excited about this.
That's
also
fun.
Don't forget to go out and support local drag. November 3rd, we've got Divas Down Under. We are diving into Disney. It's gonna be wild. I've seen the group chat. I know what some people have planned. I've changed one of my numbers 3 times already, but I really have. I can't make up my mind. I think I've got my mind made up.
It's going to be a great show.
Thank you all for stopping by tonight. And as I always say, go forth and be the beauty you would like to see in the world.
Absolutely.
Good night.
Bye, friends.
Thank you for joining us on Inside the Drag Closet.